Alrighty then, today's episode 2 of the Waste of Potential series. Hooray, I get to finally rant on more characters who deserve better. And today we're doing one on Kiyotaka Ishimaru from Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Good character choice to be fair, because to be honest, I do believe that he did get the ball dropped on him pretty big. And I generally believe they could have done more with this character. And today we're going to talk about why he was wasted potential in today's video. So buckle up and get ready for this wild ride as we talk about what could have been a great character. But before I do talk about Ishimaru's wasted potential, I should explore onto his character. Kiyotaka Ishimaru, or Taka for short if you want to call him, I call him Ishimaru personally, is the ultimate moral compass of Trigger Happy Havoc, meaning that he is more or less always a morally white guy. I'm not talking about white like, white people. But to be honest, it's more or less the fact that he's always trying to be a good person going on the good path. He doesn't want to try to be a bad person who goes down a bad path and would rather be someone who's good. Honestly, this is a very interesting character. And not only that, but he is a very comedic character with some fun moments. So generally speaking, he was a very entertaining character when we were first introduced to him, in my honest opinion. And after that, we get to actually see a really good relationship grow between him and Mondo, who is basically the opposite of him by being the ultimate delinquent slash biker gang leader. Which makes for an actual fun little, kind of duo, because a little origin to how they start. After Byakuya does some very Byakuya things, Mondo gets angry at him, and then Chihiro, because Mondo was standing up for Chihiro because Byakuya was making fun of him. That led to Ishimaru yelling at Mondo for turning into a fight with Byakuya. That then led to them challenging each other to a little battle, and then both of them just become friends after that. And we all know what happens next. Bestest boy or bestest girl Chihiro ends up dying, and Mondo gets turned into butter. And legitimately, this death basically made Ishimaru cry. And we got to actually watch him basically tear down and just start crying. And this literally changed to a point where he straight up became a shell of his former self. Like, you could run across the halls, you could have just done anything bad, you could have done graffiti, you could have done anything, and he wouldn't have cared or tried to stop. That's how bad the death of Mondo hurt. And to be fair, they had potential to write something good out of this. A good character arc of, well, Ishimaru is going to finally get out of depression, because the entire point of Danganronpa is to destroy all despair. And then Ishimaru turns into Ishidai, basically becoming a Super Saiyan. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this is weird, but it could work. They were starting off a storyline, it's weird and all, but this could lead to an interesting conclusion where Ishimaru maybe learns some kind of moral of you gotta be yourself, or maybe try to do some kind of arc out of this or something. Nope. He just dies straight after that. Like, shortly after the whole Super Saiyan Ishimaru reveal, he just gets killed just minutes later. I'm not making this up. It's stupid, but it's funny at the same time. Like, they hype him up for development just to kill him off. I'm sorry, it's just... his whole thing is weird, and then he just dies. I like him, but it's funny. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Just... I'm sorry. Oh god. It's just absurd. It's like, he gets development just... that's just... It's cruel, but it's... Okay. Yeah, like, that's legitimately the entire point of his character, just to die, and, like, that's... He just gets turned into a Super Saiyan and die. He gets killed by Hifumi of all people. Don't forget that. My God. I'm sorry, it's just so stupid. Like, it's just like just the stupid death, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, like Ishimaru just dies after this whole character dies, and like no joke, it was honestly kind of funny. Not gonna lie. Seeing them still find this funny today, it's shocking. Yeah, that's like Ishimaru's character in the nutshell. Okay, so I'm done laughing like a maniac for a few minutes, and now I'm back to normal. Alright, so let's talk about what made Ishimaru wasted potential. Well, for starters, it felt more like the entire point of his character was just to make people cry. Like him and Mondo's entire characters were that. Ishimaru and Mondo were made to be bros, so when they died, their deaths would make you depressed. I guess that works, and I can get where Kiyotaka was trying to come from with it. But in my honest opinion, if I had to do one fix-up, my first fix-up, just remove Ishimaru and Mondo's bromance. Just remove the whole thing together, and realistically speaking, their deaths could have still worked as sad. Mondo's death would be sad after the whole thing about his brother gets revealed, so that makes the people sad there. And Ishimaru's death can still be as sad as it was because he was such a likable character. So, to be fair, having Ishimaru, a likable character, get killed would definitely make the fans sad. And having Mondo, after revealing that whole backstory thing, dies, it could also be sad. So you could feel sympathy for both characters. Another way you realistically could have fixed him is by basically exploring more on the Ishidai character. And basically, by that, just have him survive the story, and have Yasuhiro just be the one to die instead. I mean, it would have worked in my honest opinion. And I just think that out from anyone, to be replaceable, I think Yasuhiro is the most replaceable, to be honest. And in my opinion, I think it would have just fit more to have Ishimaru just replace Yasuhiro there as a survivor, in my honest opinion. And even if you still want him to die, just have him be the one to take his own life instead of Sakura. Like, have Sakura, either have her die earlier on in the story, or have her die later on in the story. And have Ishimaru be the one who takes his life, like, change a new motive up. Have Ishimaru's depression thing kind of have him be a selfless character, and also wanted to reunite with his bro, have him take his own life. You can get some kind of interesting mystery out of it in some ways, to try to make people wonder who did it. And then you could get to that point where, basically at that point, Ishimaru takes his own life and gets to reunite with his bro. That's basically another way they could have done it, and I honestly think that one could have just worked even better. And personally, I feel like it would have also just made a lot more sense to go with some kind of route like that. And not only that, but I do believe the idea of Ishimaru taking his own life could also be depressing, which could lead the audience to still be sad about his death and feel sympathetic toward him. And I think it would work so it can help that whole thing with him being sympathetic. And overall, that's just my entire kind of wasted potential on Ishimaru. The whole character in a nutshell. What they could have done to make him better. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry with full-blown Nagito Komaeda on you guys. Hope you enjoy this video for Wasted Potential for episode 2. Any ideas for episode 3, tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.